pizzas with any quality toppings, any crust, any specialties, just $6.99 each. They're for the holidays only. And a warm-going, delicious Hershey's hot chocolate brownie. Only at Pizza Hut. Using the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Acura dealer for attractive offers on the TLX.
This holiday, switch to Cricket Wireless. From 4 smartphones, now free after mail and rebate Cricket using promotion card.
Sorry about that. I probably wasted the first 2 minutes of the video eating some Taco Bell and shit. That was random. I do that sometimes. When I'm eating or whatever, while I'm making a video, I always record me eating. I don't know why. It's just me. But, anyways, on to the video. In this video, I'm gonna share, a story of another really stupid thing I did when I was younger or whatever. You know, we all have stories of really stupid things we did when we were younger, and we like to, you know, laugh at it now, or, you know, and think back and, oh god, I was an idiot. But yeah, I already talked about when I dialed 911 for no reason back in 2005, and this is going to be another story of another stupid thing I did, and it involves the police. Let me take a drink of my soda. Alright, so, I remember it was, Saturday, November 1st, 2008. I remember the date because, you know me, I have a really good memory. I remember dates of things that happened that, like, years ago. But, and plus I remember it was the day after Halloween, and it was a Saturday. But, yeah, it was November 1st, 2008. I was 12 years old at the time. I was 12 at the time. I remember I was bored one day. I was bored that day, so I decided to go down to the school and just play paddleball. I would hit the school I went to at the time. It had a schoolyard. It had like a big field in front of the school or whatever, and I would go there all the time to, you know, play baseball, hit paddleball. I would just hit the ball against the wall with a paddle. I would shoot a hockey puck against the wall and that stuff. I would do that stuff, or I don't know. So I remember that day I was going there to you know, hit a ball against the wall with a paddle. So I got my paddle and ball, and it was like down the street from my house. It was down the street. It was like less than a minute away from my house, but it was really close. So I just went there, went to the schoolyard, and just played paddleball. And I remember I saw a cop, like, there was a cop parked right in front of the school, like, I'm gonna draw it out, I'm gonna draw out the school or whatever. Got some paper, and this is just a yearbook or whatever from my sophomore year. I don't got no table. Alright, this may take a minute. I'm gonna draw out the school and how everything was. Alright, hang on. Fuck.
Shout out to the Hawk of the States Red Hawks who went down there and won Their second championship, national championship, and the Pop Warner League champions in Orlando. Congratulations, guys. Illinois represented the state very well and have a chance to watch it on ESPN tonight. Awesome. Joel is the pair. And again, Memphis for a chance to tie or take the lead.
Alright, it's not the best drawing in the world, but, I don't know, it's something to show you. Alright, this was the building of the school. This was the field that I don't know if you could see, I hope you could see, this was the field that we would go to, and the cop was over here. I was walking to the field. I was over here and walking to the field, and I saw the cop he was sitting over here. He was just parked over there. He was just parked. He was parked. And then this was the wall that I would hit the ball against. So I would be standing over here and just hitting the ball against the wall. I don't know, because I thought that was fun. And then, the cop just remained parked over here, and I was like there for like 5 minutes, and then I remember then 5 minutes when I was there, I had to use the bathroom. Number 1, not number 2. I took a piss, not a shit. But so yeah, I had to take a piss, and my house was like less than a minute away. So I could have went home and taken a piss and then came back. But instead, my dumbass decided, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home and come back. I'll just piss on the lawn. And so yeah. So I walked right over here. I was over here, and then I walked over here, and I whipped out my wee-wee, and I took a piss. A massive piss. And right when I was taking a piss, the cop over here, what he did was, right when I was taking the piss, he decided to unpark his car and, decided to drive off. So right when I was taking a piss right over here, what he did, he drove forwards and forward, and then he pulled up right when I was taking a piss. And then when I was done taking a piss, I put my wee-wee back in my pants, and I turned around, and boom! I saw the cop sitting there. I saw the cop sitting there where he could see me. He was just right there, and he saw me. And, oh god, I got fucking scared and shit. I was scared that I'd get in trouble, so I picked up my paddle and ball and act like I wasn't doing anything. Act like I was just, you know, trying to act like he didn't see me or whatever. And so I just kept on hitting the ball against the wall, and then the cop yelled out. He rolled down his window, and this bald-ass cop, he was bald, and he was like skinny and bald, and he yelled out to me, "Come here!" He did this with his finger. "Come here! Come here! Come here!" And I got fucking scared. I was fucking scared and shit. Oh my god. And so I walked up to him. I wanted to run away and shit, but that would just make things worse. So I just walked towards him, and I was scared that I'd get arrested. And so I walked up to the cop, and he yelled out, "Did I just see what I thought I saw?" And I was like, I was just playing paddleball. I was just hitting the ball against the wall. That's what I was doing. I was just playing paddleball. He's like, "No, that's not what I saw you doing." "What were you doing?" I was just standing there." "No, that's not what you were doing." "What were you doing?" I was just staring at the ground." He's like, "What were you doing?" And I just said, "Alright, I peed on the lawn! And I fucking wanted to cry. I was so scared. I was breathing so hard. I was like, my heart was pounding. Boom, 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 boom. I was breathing hard. And, I was fucking scared. I felt like crying and shit. And he's like, alright, relax, relax, relax. It's okay. Calm down, relax. You're not in trouble or anything, but you shouldn't be doing that stuff. You can't be doing that stuff. That stuff is bad. You can get in a lot of trouble if you do that. You're not in trouble or anything, but don't do that stuff again. Because if you do that stuff again, if you keep doing that stuff, you're going to end up getting in trouble, getting caught, and going to jail. You can go to jail for that or whatever. And, I don't know, he just kept on telling me, and then he asked me where I live. He's like, where do you live? And I'm like, just down the street. I was honest. And he just asked me that, and, I forgot what he said after that, and he just kept explaining me not to do that again, and why I shouldn't do that. But yeah. And I mean, he was nice about it. He didn't yell at me anymore, but he did not arrest me, thank God. And after he told me to calm down, I ended up being calm and shit. I tried being as calm as I can, and yeah, he just told me not to do it again, and then after that, I just asked him randomly, "Are you a Blackhawks fan?" And he's like, "Ha ha ha." He laughed and said, "Yes." I'm like, "I'm going to the game on Monday," and he laughed and said, "Ha ha ha. Oh, have fun. Remember, no more of that stuff," and then drove off. And then I remember I went home after that, and that was random. I just asked him if he's a Blackhawks fan and told him I'm going to the game Monday. Why did I ask him that? Why did I tell him that? That was random. Fucking, what the fuck? But, yeah. He didn't take me home, luckily. Usually a cop would, you know, make me get in his car and he would drive me home and tattle on me to my parents, but he didn't do that. So I got a lucky break there, but yeah, God, I was a fucking idiot and shit, you know? Fucking, I knew the cop was there, and my house was like less than a minute away. I should have just went home and taken a piss, but no, my dumbass decided to take a piss on the lawn where the cop could easily pull up. He could drive up and fucking catch me, which he did. I knew that. I knew he was there, but I didn't think it would happen. I thought he would just stay parked where he was. I didn't think he would drive up to me, but he did. And, you know, I was a fucking idiot and shit. What the fuck, man? There's the fucking cop and shit was right here, and I was over here taking a piss. What made me think that he wouldn't fucking drove forwards and then catch me pissing? You know, God, I was an idiot and shit. You know, fuck. I mean, yeah. Again, I didn't get in too much trouble, and remember when he yelled at me, I felt like running away. I remember I felt like running away because I didn't feel like explaining, but luckily I stayed there. I didn't run away because, you know, if you run away from a cop, the cop will just follow you. It'll follow you and then end up catching you. And plus, if you run away and shit, you can get in more trouble than you already are. So if you're in trouble, don't run away, because you'll get in more trouble than you already are. It's better to be in less trouble than to get into more trouble and shit. But luckily I didn't go to juvie or whatever. I could have went to juvie or whatever for that. But he just warned me not to do it again. And luckily I was only 12 at the time, because if I was like much older, like the age I am now, 19 or maybe a little younger, but an age where I should know better, an adult. I don't know, an age where I should know better not to do that stuff. I would have gotten arrested. I would have went to jail or juvie, wherever the hell you. When you're under 18, you go to juvie. If you're over 18, if you're 18 or older, you go to jail. Yeah, luckily I didn't get arrested. Hell, maybe 12-year-olds, if you're 12, you should know better. But I looked a lot younger than the age I was. He didn't ask me my age, and he assumed I was a lot younger than I was, because I don't look my age. I never look my age. I always look younger. He thought I was maybe like 7 or 8. And so he knew I didn't know better and just told me not to do that again. And luckily he didn't make me go in his car and drive me home, and tattle on me to my dad. Cause yeah, if he would have done that, my dad would have fucking beat my ass. He would have fucking freaked out and beat my ass. He would have beaten my ass and shit if he caught me doing that. But luckily the cop didn't do that. He didn't tell my dad and he didn't make me go in his car and drive me home and tell my dad, because yeah, I would have gotten in big fucking trouble. And yeah, so I got a break there. And hell, maybe I'm lucky it was just piss on the lawn, not shit. If I would have shit on the lawn, then maybe, yeah, he would have maybe taken me home and tattled on me to my dad. I can imagine if I just took a shit or whatever. Luckily I didn't. I probably would have gotten in more trouble, and then he might have made me pick up my own shit. I don't know. I don't know. Man, I was an idiot. The cop was right there. I mean, he wasn't there where he could, like, I mean, there was a wall and shit, like, blocking him, so, but he could have easily drove forward and catch me, which he did. But man, I learned my lesson not to do that stuff again. Never pee on public property. Never do that. Is there any really stupid things that you guys did when you were younger, where you got in trouble by the cops or whatever? If there is, just comment down below. I don't know, this is just another story of a stupid thing I did when I was younger or whatever. And I have another one I'm going to talk about, but I'll talk about it maybe in my next video. But, I look back on it now and I laugh so hard of how big of an idiot. And it was kind of funny when the cop said, "Did I just see what I thought I saw?" I thought that was funny or whatever. I remember telling one of my friends at school about that, and me and him kept on laughing and joking about that, about the cop. Did I just see what I thought I saw or whatever? I don't know. But, yeah, never do that stuff. If you're a kid watching this, if you're little kids watching this, yeah, I recommend you never doing that stuff, because you can get in big trouble. And hope you learn from my experience of doing that. See you later, guys. Goodbye.